What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I got some new news concerning Manny Pacquiao and Adrian Broner. I just finished watching the Epilogue, which is from All Access, which I love the epilogues probably more than the show because it's like it starts maybe a day before the show and then it runs through like a brief detail of and through the fight, so it shows the perspective of what other people see, who's all involved, what's happening around the arena at that same time. And it's only like 15 minutes, but it's brilliant on how they cut it and edit, and they cut certain instances in that fight. This particular All Access is probably the best I've saw. Probably I would give Canelo Lara, the second now. It used to be the first, but because it covered a lot. And when it started off, it started off with the face-off. You know what I mean? That's where they started this particular episode, right where they faced off. And this is really the night before. So, and Manny was saying, like, Manny was looking at Adrian, and then, of course I covered the intense face-off before the fight. But this particular face-off, Manny said he saw something. You know what I mean? Like, he saw, like, fear in Adrian's eyes, and the way it was edited, you know what I mean? It definitely, it painted a story on like, damn, Adrian really did kind of look like, he was like, look, concerned more so than scared. Like, okay, it's something about this particular fighter that I'm in front of now versus the other ones that I fought, and then, Manny was just like, there's something that was different. I gave him a little smile, and, and Manny did give him a little smile like, now there it is. You know what I mean? I found something in that little twinkle of the eye. You know what I'm saying? So, and then that's where it started. And of course, it went from that to Manny training on the gym. Bull Boy's fat ass couldn't run, and he had to catch the little what the hell you call that? Not trolley, but the little transportation unit they had driving around, little golf court, and he jumped on it, you know what I mean, and went from that to Adrian Broner just chilling at his house, waiting for the big fight, letting his entourage hype him up, you know what I mean, where I'm ready to make history. Then it shoots back over to Manny. Manny's in one of the hotels putting together a pool trick, and he was actually able to make the shot, so he's all ecstatic about the shot he made, you know what I mean. And back on Adrian's side, Adrian gets word from Freddie Roach, they make him cut his beard, so he's pissed off about that. But he wasn't like devastated, like, oh hell no, I ain't doing that, you know what I mean. He wasn't that pissed, but they made him cut it off, and in Freddie Roach, that's another reason why he's in the corner with Manny, because I don't think Bull Boy would have done that. I think Bull Boy would have overlooked those type of details. And, but they are rules, you can't have a beard no longer than your neck area. And it can't, because it could get into, the fighter's eyes. It could be held as a cushion. You know what I mean? I remember Antonio Margarito, they didn't make him cut his beard. They Manny said keep it as a target, and that was a good target all night long. So, but no, Freddie Roach was like, if a fighter has something that they like, take it from them if you can. It's all about strategy. You know what I'm saying? At A side, using your using the laws for your own advantage, and that's what he was doing. And so they cut it off, and Adrian looked all young again. You know what I mean? So, of course, they're entering the arena, And everyone's there. The family's there. Adrian Broner's wife or fiance's there with the kids. They're looking at billboards and stuff like that. Manny's there, and they cut all through the fights. They showed everyone that was there, Floyd was there, Deontay Wilder was there, Gervonta Tank Davis and Robert Easter, they were there. Of course, they were all for, I know Deontay Tank Davis and and the other guy were there for, Robert Easter was there for support of Adrian Broner. And of course, Manny, he came there with his entourage, you know what I mean? And the first beginning of the bell, Adrian, he wanted assurance from his trainer. Because after the first bell was over, it was kind of like a touch and go round. Manny was doing a lot of charging, of course. And then the trainer was like, you know what, let me get the jab. Let me get a little bit more on the jab. A little bit more on the jab. You know what I mean? He was like, and then Adrian was like, hey, I won that round, right? And he was looking for confirmation from his trainer that, that he needed, to send him to the next round. And, the second round, it was like Manny, but it was all by aggression, just pure aggression. And Manny coming in, throwing punches, the crowd's reacting from the aggression. Rounds 3, rounds 4, and mind you, they're telling Adrian Broner, hey, step up your fight. Let me see you throw some more punches. Let me see you throw some more punches. Well, round 4, I guess he gave him what he was looking for, and then he threw a straight right and followed with a left hook, and it kind of rocked Manny, and and of course Jinky, because this is all reactions. That's what I love about epilogues. You know what I mean? The reactions from the crowds, from what happened in the fight. Okay. So how did that right hook left hand affect Manny Pacquiao? You know what I mean? And it did. She was like, no. You know what I mean? And, because Adrian, he landed a great combination, but he didn't follow up. He used the ring. He followed around. And the 4th round, he was really on high. They were like, oh, man. And according to Adrian's trainer, Kevin was like, hey man, we winning. You know what I mean? And rounds 5, Adrian came out with a straight right, and I'm like, okay, here's Adrian, he's coming on, but then it was crazy. It was like Manny Pacquiao started going to the body. Okay. Now Manny Pacquiao started going to the body in round 6, 7, rounds 8, everything's changed. Rounds 8, everything changed. Even the corner, even Kevin Cunningham, Adrian Broner's trainer, was like, what the fuck happened? You know what I mean? Because then Manny just started throwing and landing bombs. And that was the first indication that Adrian was hurt when he started to grab. When Manny started throwing an 8-9 piece combo on him, unanswered punches. All Broner could do was hold. They should have knew something then. You know what I'm saying? But then right when round 8 was over, they were like, damn, what the fuck he hit you with? What happened? You know what I mean? They don't know what happened. Round 9, boom! The solid left hook collided in, hit Adrian Broner, made him shoot clean across the room. He was over there in the corner. Here comes Manny. Okay. Other than that, Manny took control of that fight, and people were like, wow, look at this guy, and his trainer was like, man, move, throw your hands. Come on, keep going back. Keep going. Man, like Adrian would throw 2 punches and wouldn't follow up with nothing else. And, and even his corner was like, dude, you got to do more. You got to do more. Even his dad, because his dad was beside his trainer. And they were saying like, hey, man, you got to throw more punches, man. You got to get in there, man. You got to throw these damn punches, make these punches work. And it's like they were saying that to each other. But when they got into the corner, they were more like kind of sugarcoating it. It wasn't no kind of sugar. They were sugarcoating it. Like, let me get a little bit more, baby. Follow up, baby. Follow up, baby. And rounds 11, when round 11 ended, Adrian was like, I won that round, right? I won that round. Like, yeah, you won that round, but win this round big. Wrong. He shouldn't have bullshitted his fighter. And in fact, I think that's the reason why the outburst after the decision was called. Because his trainer told him that, yeah, you won the round, but you didn't tell him you're losing the war. If you won that round, that was a battle that you won. You didn't win this whole fight. So the trainer had him thinking that he won the whole fucking thing. He did not. He might have won two rounds that whole fight. You know what I'm saying? The 4th and the 10th. I don't even really remember the 11th for him to even ask, did I win that round? You know what I'm saying? And it's like for that trainer to tell him, man, let's win the next round big instead of saying you got to go for the knockout. Because if you tell someone like Adrian Broner, someone with that big of an ego, that you're winning the fight, you best believe he's gonna go out there and look pretty first, right? And win second. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna do some white man can't jump shit. You know what I mean? He's not gonna try to win if he already knows he's ahead. That's Adrian Broner. That's why he was so furious. And they were like, yeah, bring your motherfucking ass over here. I got something to talk to you about. And then even his family was more like, oh, God, don't say nothing too stupid. You know what I mean? Don't say nothing. And his mom was like, hey, I can't control that. You know what I mean? And it just shows that, like, he's a guy that he gets outraged. He says what's on his mind. No, he came out unscathed. Unlike Manny. Manny suffered, some kind of eye injury because he was saying that it was stinging in the break room, The press conference was mediocre. It was cool. It wasn't like it could have been. The biggest outburst was with Adrian Broner. And Adrian Broner was, blasting everyone saying, I know I'll beat that boy. I beat that boy. They just want to get that money with Floyd and Manny. They want to get that money. And then really Floyd, I'm going to say something about Floyd. Floyd is a guy now. He's good at hiding how he feels. Because even his bodyguard was looking at Floyd like, dude, you hear this motherfucker talking? And Floyd was just like, he wasn't giving any kind of expression or anything. You know what I mean? So he wasn't feeding into that at all. He didn't feed into when Manny Pacquiao called him out. He didn't feed into any of that. He was just simply there for business. He was like the representation of Al Heyman or something like that. You know what I mean? Al Heyman's son. So he was just like, little glasses, had a little sparkle, beep, off the reflection of the light. You know what I mean? But that's it. And then he did meet Adrian Broner after Adrian stormed out and he met him and he was like, man, just keep your head up, man. Relax, Floyd. Yeah. And because he could tell Adrian was pissed. So I guess they were trying to, hey, calm down. You know what I mean? It's the fight game. You know what I mean? And, Adrian was pissed and then, he kind of calmed down for the press conference or whatnot, and that epilogue was a good epilogue. You know what I mean? The editing was great. The reactions from different people, how they felt about things. And a lot of people, I don't see how he felt he should have won. But again, I think that's because of his trainer. See, anytime you want a trainer that doesn't bullshit you and make you think or have you delusional about your progress in a fight. Okay. So yeah, that was Kevin Cunningham's fault. That was his trainer's fault. He shouldn't have bullshitted him because that's all he did. If you really want to see it, look back at the epilogue. And that'll even tell you like, hey, he's not throwing enough punches. He's not throwing the punches that he needs. He's not doing that. And he didn't do that in this fight, fighting a person that is notoriously famous for throwing a volume of punches each round. You're not going to win. You know what I mean? And it was like, it would be interesting if there was some knockdowns in this fight or that something happened where it, some points were deducted in any kind of way. That would have been a whole different story, brother. But this particular situation, there were no knockdowns. There was one guy pressing forwards with the action, landing the shots, hurt the other fighter twice. The other fighter really not throwing a lot of punches, but getting lied to by his corner. This is basically what it is. right? And then we seen the result of trainers lying and bullshitting their fighters. But it ended with Manny running down the hall with his entourage, you know, getting back to his house, throwing a big party, and there was an Elvis impersonator there, you know, saying, "Hey, you know, Manny, you know, we won," you know. And it was a very good episode. You know, I want you guys to check it out. That's my recap on it. You know, it should be on Showtime pretty soon. So when it does, I'll put the link below so you guys can check that out to see what I saw. You guys tell me what you think about this epilogue recap. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.